having some more conservative voices on your network, actually not making them pariahs, not directing your audience to feel that everything that Donald Trump does.
She is self-appointed. She knows everything. It's great to see her ego take this hit, but I think it will be short-lived.
It's amazing to listen to her talk about
Sunny Hostin, a name synonymous with fiery debates and outspoken opinions, has once again found herself caught in controversy. And this time it's on a scale that has everyone talking. This is a daytime talk show where the co-hosts are known for their no-holds-barred opinions, often diving into sensitive topics with little restraint. Now imagine one of them, Sunny Hostin, making a statement so polarizing that it sparks a firestorm of backlash from both the public and prominent figures. Well, that's exactly what happened when she waded into the murky waters of religion, morality, and social justice, making remarks that many found not only provocative, but downright offensive. Let's unravel this drama and see how it all unfolded.
Sunny Hostin, one of the ladies on The View, she just came out. And you got to give her credit for standing against massive unpopularity.
Massive unpopularity. It all began during a heated segment on The View, where Sunny, in her characteristic blunt style, made some eyebrow-raising observations about Christianity and contemporary social issues. Sunny, whose parents were deeply involved in the civil rights movement, and who often speaks passionately about justice and equity, decided to take a swing at those opposing progressive ideals. Her statement, that opposing so-called woke values was ungodly and unchristian, was a bold claim, no doubt, but one that immediately set off alarm bells for viewers and critics alike. The word woke, she argued, had been hijacked and turned into a slur by those seeking to dismiss social justice efforts. According to her, caring about others, whether it be the LGBTQ community, immigrants, or anyone facing oppression, was not just a moral imperative, but a divine one.
And she says that if you oppose those things, you are ungodly and unchristian. Even those two words placed together. She is equating godliness with Christianity. So she's saying Christ is God. She's saying Christianity is the true religion. But if you want to really be a Christian, if you want to really be godly, you have to really be a Christian. And if you want to really be a Christian, you have to oppose non-negotiable tenets of Christianity.
But here's where things get tricky. While Sunny's words might have resonated with some, they struck a particularly harsh chord with others, especially those who view woke culture as a divisive force. Among her most vocal critics was Michael Knoll, a conservative commentator known for his sharp rhetoric and pointed critiques. He wasted no time in tearing into Sunny's remarks, accusing her of twisting Christian teachings to fit her own agenda. Knoll didn't mince words, calling her statements a perverse misrepresentation of Christianity. He went even further, arguing that Sunny's comments undermined centuries of established Christian doctrine, and he wasn't alone in his outrage. His public throwdown with Sunny amplified the debate, and soon, everyone was weighing in.
She just came out at a time when woke is at its absolute lowest. Nobody wants to claim that mantle anymore. She claimed that mantle. And she said to oppose woke, actually, is ungodly and unchristian. But who knows better? 2,000 years of Christians, the succession of the popes and the bishops and the priests and Christians for millennia, or Sunny Hostin? No. I guess Sunny Hostin redefines what is Christian.
In his scathing response, Michael Knoll laid out a historical argument, pointing to early Christian teachings that, in his view, directly contradicted Sunny's claims. He cited scripture and church tradition to argue that Christianity has always maintained clear stances on issues like the sanctity of life and the immutability of biological gender. Knoll didn't stop there. He went as far as to accuse Sunny of cherry-picking religious principles to align with progressive ideologies. His critique was blistering, painting Sunny not just as misguided, but as someone actively distorting the faith for political gain. And if that wasn't enough, he threw in a jab about how Sunny, a talk show host, was attempting to rewrite moral teachings upheld by theologians and religious leaders for millennia.
How does she get there? I was with her when she equated godliness with Christianity, but then she seems to undermine both. Because Leftism is Christianity without Christ.
And she says that if you oppose those things, you are ungodly and unchristian. Even those two words placed together, she is equating godliness with Christianity. So she's saying Christ is God. She's saying Christianity is the true religion. But if you want to really be a Christian, if you want to really be godly, you have to oppose non-negotiable tenets of Christianity. The backlash didn't stop at Knowles. Sunny's comments opened a floodgate of criticism from viewers, religious figures, and even her own peers in the media. Many accused her of being out of touch, and some went so far as to call her remarks racist and sexist. The logic, critics argued, was that by framing opposition to progressive values as inherently ungodly, Sunny was effectively dismissing the lived experiences and deeply held beliefs of countless people, particularly those in conservative or religious communities. For some, her words felt like a personal attack, a dismissal of their faith and values simply because they didn't align with her own worldview.
I think he doesn't want he's not going to say that J.D. Vance is a successor because he thinks he's his own successor.
But doesn't that mean that Obama can run also?
Well, you would think so because part of the resolution says no person shall be elected to the office of the president more than 3 times.
And let's not forget the internet, where reactions ranged from outrage to outright mockery. Social media users were quick to dissect her statements, with hashtags like #SunnyHostin and woke Christianity trending for days. Memes flooded platforms, with some ridiculing her for what they saw as hypocrisy, while others expressed genuine anger at the implications of her remarks. Religious leaders also chimed in, reminding their followers that faith isn't something to be weaponized in political debate. Sunny, however, appeared undeterred, doubling down on her stance in subsequent episodes of The View.
He's doing something a little bit more diabolical, if I'm being honest. Representative Andy Ogles, a Republican of Tennessee, on January 23rd, just 3 days after Trump was inaugurated, already proposed amending the 22nd Amendment to allow Trump to serve a 3rd term.
But here's where things take a turn. Some of Sunny's past statements began to resurface, adding fuel to the fire. Critics pointed out that this wasn't her first brush with controversy, far from it. Over the years, Sunny has made a slew of remarks that have been labeled as divisive, including her infamous take blaming certain voting demographics for political outcomes she disagreed with. In one instance, she sparked outrage by suggesting that non-college educated white women were voting against their own interests, a comment many saw as reductive and dismissive. And who can forget her claim that Donald Trump's presidency was a result of widespread cultural resentment? While Sunny often frames her views as rooted in justice and morality, her critics argue that her rhetoric frequently alienates and insults large swaths of people.
I've been criticizing them for 8 years for doing it, pointing out that it's not the job of the media to take sides, them to look at themselves very hard in the mirror and say, have we really not brought this on ourselves?
What's particularly striking about this latest controversy is the sheer scale of the backlash. While Sunny has always been a polarizing figure, this time it feels different. The outrage isn't just coming from one political side, it's cutting across ideological lines. Even some of Sunny's usual supporters have expressed discomfort with her comments, questioning whether she went too far by framing opposition to progressive ideals as inherently immoral. For many, the issue isn't about agreeing or disagreeing with her views. It's about the way she delivered them, and the implications of equating faith with a specific set of political beliefs.
To the documents, he knowingly provided fraudulent medical and other healthcare services, including arthroscopic surgery.
And yet, despite the mountain of criticism, Sunny seems unfazed. In subsequent episodes of The View, she continued to defend her position, arguing that her statements were rooted in her own lived experience and upbringing. She pointed to her family's involvement in the civil rights movement as evidence of her commitment to justice and equality. But even this defense didn't sit well with everyone. Some accused her of using her background as a shield against legitimate criticism, while others questioned whether her personal experiences gave her the right to speak so authoritatively on matters of faith. What's clear is that this controversy has struck a nerve, tapping into deep divisions not just in American society but within religious communities as well. While Sunny's comments have sparked a broader debate about the intersection of faith, politics, and social justice, raising questions about what it means to be godly in today's world, for her critics, Sunny's remarks are a reminder of the dangers of conflating religion with ideology. For her supporters, they are a call to action, a challenge to rethink what it means to care for one's neighbor.
So we know Sunny Hostin and her husband, Dr. Emmanuel Hostin, are preparing for a legal battle to fight accusations that he committed federal insurance.
But just when you thought the drama couldn't get any juicier, new developments suggest that Sunny's public controversies are only the tip of the iceberg. Behind the scenes, she's facing personal challenges that could have even bigger implications for her career and public image. Rumors are swirling about her involvement in her husband's ongoing legal troubles, with some speculating that she may have played a role in covering up alleged crimes. Could this be the beginning of a larger unraveling for Sunny Hostin? Stay tuned, because the story is far from over. And just when you thought Sunny Hostin's professional controversies couldn't get any messier, the spotlight has shifted from her public statements to her personal life. And let me tell you, it's a roller coaster. We're talking lawsuits, accusations, and swirling rumors that have sent shockwaves through both media and legal circles. If you thought the drama on The View was juicy, buckle up, because Sunny's personal challenges are turning out to be equally, if not more, traumatic.
Saying that it's a money grab, and they're also going to countersue for millions of dollars, $5 million.
Meanwhile, the legal proceedings are shaping up to be a long and drawn-out affair. Experts have pointed out that civil cases like this, especially those filed under federal racketeering laws, can take years to resolve. The discovery process alone, where both sides gather evidence and depose witnesses, could drag on for months, if not longer. And with so many defendants involved, it's likely that the case will see multiple motions, appeals, and other legal maneuvers before it even gets close to trial. For Sunny and her family, that means this cloud of suspicion isn't going anywhere anytime soon. And then there's the question of what all this means for Sunny's career as a co-host of The View. She's built a reputation as a fearless and outspoken commentator, someone who isn't afraid to ruffle feathers. But this latest controversy has put her in an awkward position. On one hand, she's trying to maintain her image as a champion of justice and equity. On the other, she's embroiled in a legal mess that could undermine her credibility and tarnish her brand. Some fans have already started to question whether she can continue to speak about integrity and accountability, while her husband, and possibly she herself, are facing serious allegations.
Now, he's just accused, and this accused in a lawsuit after some time of investigation could ultimately become a federal indictment.
And let's not forget the producers of The View, who are undoubtedly watching this situation unfold with growing concern. The show thrives on controversy, sure, but there's a fine line between being provocative and being toxic. If Sunny's legal troubles continue to escalate, it's not hard to imagine that her position on the show could be in jeopardy. After all, there's only so much baggage a daytime talk show can handle before it starts to impact ratings and advertiser relationships. So where does this leave Sunny Hostin at this point? It's anyone's guess. The legal battle is just beginning, and the rumors about her potential involvement are far from going away. For now, she seems determined to fight back, both in the courtroom and in the court of public opinion. But, as the saying goes, the truth always comes out in the end. And when it does, it could either vindicate Sunny and her family, or unravel everything she's worked so hard to build. What do you think? Is Sunny Hostin just a supportive wife caught up in an unfortunate situation? Or is there more to the story than meets the eye? Could her outspoken defense of her husband be a genuine show of loyalty? Or is it a calculated attempt to distract from her own potential involvement? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to stay tuned for the latest updates on this unfolding drama. Until next time.